Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Marcus, but you know me as Nomad Thrifter. I really appreciate you being here today. I know everybody's busy, and it is such a beautiful day. I just got done watering our garden, and now I just want to be in the basement, cool off, relax, spend time with you guys. So if this is your first time here, go ahead and like, subscribe if you have not, and let's learn together. So today's video is going to be a what sold video. Again, I'm on 3 platforms: Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay. This what sold is going to be more specifically for Poshmark and Mercari. Personally, I love Poshmark out of the 3. It's a platform I've been on the longest. I have a decent following through Poshmark. I understand Poshmark, and I think I said this, but consistent sales. Mercari is a platform that, be honest, I dislike. I've made videos about my displeasure with Mercari. When I think I'm gonna shut it down, I start getting consistent sales, so therefore I'm still on it. But just, you know, I'm just throwing it out there. It's a platform that I don't like. In particular, I think the customer service is terrible. You can't promote your brand on there. There's just a lot of things. Again, I've made other videos on it. Check them out. It'll talk about why I dislike them and why other people dislike Mercari as well. And then with eBay, I sell on eBay. I don't do a lot on eBay. Just because most of the stuff that I sell, clothing items, they just do better on platforms such as Poshmark. But I kind of diverse. Let's go ahead and jump into what sold on these, and hopefully we learned something. I do want to just let you know that I don't make these videos to rub it in your face. It's an educational thing. I wish I had more time to do it, but I do personally like going on YouTube and seeing what other people are buying and selling. So it lets me know that whenever I go to source, if I find those things, I kind of know what I'm gonna get for it. Right? Does that make sense? Perfect. Yes, no, maybe. I think it makes sense. But okay, let's go ahead and jump in. So the first item that sold on Poshmark are, not again, but I'm gonna go ahead and, I don't know what side it goes on, but whenever I go to edit this video, I'll have a little pop-up. I think it's on this side. I used it for one video, and I don't know if the video turned out well. I had a lot of people say that they liked the video, but the pop-up that I would have, it didn't last long. I think it only lasts like 6 seconds, so I'll have to modify that on this video. But you will have a pop-up, see what I'm seeing. So the first things that sold were a pair of Brooks Men's Pure Flow 2 running shoes. I like buying Brooks because they're popular. I'm like in the St. Louis area. I don't know if it's the same with you. If it is, let me know. But I find a lot of Brooks at every thrift store that I go to source. So I don't know if it's just a thing here or if it's everywhere, but I like Brooks. They sell well and sell fast. But there are some things you have to look out for whenever you are sourcing Brooks. Make sure that you're looking at the inside heel. Sometimes that inside heel will get worn down and you just don't see it until you purchase it and bring it home, and it's like, oh wow, that kind of sucks, you know, kind of thing. Also at the toes, look at the side for scraping, and then especially the bottom. Brooks are their running shoes. They get worn a lot. A lot of people who ask questions about Brooks, they'll ask you how many miles have been on there. So you have a lot of dedicated runners who use Brooks. So definitely watch for your tread as well. But yeah, you can easily pick up Brooks for anywhere from $3 to $10 in good condition. And you can normally flip them from anywhere from like $30 to $60 depending on what line of Brooks that you have. But these sold for $36. I only paid $5 for these at the Goodwill, so that was a nice profit there. Next thing are some Tom wedges. I like wearing Toms personally because I think that they're super comfortable. I normally don't source Toms anymore. Not because they're not popular, they are popular, but they don't resell for a lot of money. So I purchased these, I can't remember, it was like a year or so ago. They've been up for a long time. I think I paid $3.50 or $4. I sold them for $15. So not much profit there. It also was a size 6, so it is a small size. Keep that in mind when you're sourcing. Small sizes or super large sizes, you're going to hold on to those for a little bit longer. Next ones are these Under Armour Micro G's. I like Under Armour, not specifically with the shoes. The shoes, they sell okay, I suppose. I don't really pick a lot up because not a lot of them resell for quite a bit, but anything else basically from Under Armour sell really well, especially their golf items, their golf apparel. If you see that around, polos, golf pants, pick them up because there's a nice value, resale value on those. So these I paid up on these without looking them up, and that's another thing. A lot of times I don't look up items. I kind of go off what I've saw on, like, let's say YouTube videos or items I've sold in the past. But I don't like wasting a whole bunch of time going through and trying to find what these sold for. You see like so many people at these thrift stores who are doing that. I like to grab the stuff, get in, get out, and for the most part it hasn't bitten me in the butt. I at least know that I'm gonna break even. Cold coffee, yum yum. So these, I believe I paid $10 for. They sold for $31, so not too much profit. Would I buy them again? Probably not. This one, I've held on to these for quite a while as well, just like the Toms. All right. Okay, next are these leather brown Converse All-Star shoes. Converse, if you find Converse or even Vans, pick them up. I don't know if something's going on, but in the last like 6 months, every time I find Converse or Vans, I post them and they sell right away. I think they're really popular among like the high school and your 20s or maybe early 30s. But they have been super popular. These I picked up for $7 at St. Vincent de Paul, and I sold them for $45. They were only up for 4 days. So I'm happy with that purchase. Again, if you see Converse, pick them up. And also, they're super easy to clean. There's a video that I want to make specifically on Converse and cleaning them, because the nice thing with Converse are you can take a super dirty pair that you think are ready for the trash, and you grab that magic eraser and some soap, and you can make those things almost new again. It's amazing. I love it. Okay, next are a pair of brand new Sperry Hamilton 2 driving moccasins. These I bought for $25 on Amazon, sold them for $65. The only reason I got them so cheap on Amazon, actually I got 2 pair, and actually it was last year, so I've held on to these as well. And maybe it's because of the size. They're a size 8, so it's a little bit small for a men's size. But the reason I got them so cheap on Amazon was it was a mess up. I can't remember the exact situation, but I basically bought these, and they were actually a different pair of shoes, and these came in. Amazon said, just keep them. So it kind of worked out for me. I got a couple pairs of, nice Sperry's for a lot cheaper. So these sold for $65. Next we have some Adidas Icon 4 Bounce. They're baseball shoes with the metal spikes. I guess you would call them spikes. I normally do not buy any cleats or sports shoes except for basketball shoes. They tend to be oversaturated. It's a smaller niche, it seems. These I sold for $30. I paid $6 for these, brand new at Burlington Coat Factory. Burlington, Ross, TJ Maxx. It's kind of, they're different companies, but same concept. You find items that are out of season, you get them for cheaper, and I like to flip. A lot of people like to flip. So yeah, so I did 30 on those. All right, so then next we have the Nike Roshi 2 fly knits. These shoes I sold for $27. I bought them for $250. They were in pretty rough condition. The bottoms on these Roshis are more of that, I don't know what the word is. They're not like styrofoam, but they're that, they don't have that rubber on the bottom, so they do wear down pretty quickly, and there's really nothing that you can do about it. Also, with these, they didn't have an insole. Well, luckily, I have a whole bunch of insoles. I get them at the Dollar Tree. I also buy laces. For those who source shoes, you know that sometimes when you're out there, you'll find a pair of shoes that do not have laces or they do not have the insole. I see a lot of people sell them as is. Don't do that. It's so cheap to go to the Dollar Tree and grab some shoelaces or some insoles or $1 a piece, and it really looks more professional, and you're gonna get a higher dollar for to sell. Okay, next we have, give me a second. Next, we have this Coach Ashley Signature Hobo bag. This one I sold for $40. Disclaimer on this one, I don't have any money into it. So another thing that I do that's different than a lot of other resellers, I will sell for other individuals. I'll sell for other companies, charities, churches. This Coach bag was one of those things. So I have a contract with the person that I'm doing this through. I get 50% of the sale. So I'm not out anything, and I will get half of the earnings on this sale along with the other bags. With this individual, she had quite a few designer bags, belt buckles, things of that nature. So you'll see a few of those in videos. But yeah, I have nothing invested into this, and part of our contract is I will get half of what I sell the items for. Okay, next I have a Johnson and Murphy pair of loafers. This is another brand. Years ago, it would sell really well. It's still a great brand if you buy them. It's a quality brand, but they don't have a high resale value. On this one, I got lucky. I sold them for $45. I bought them for $5. They look brand new. If you just look at the pictures, they're gorgeous shoes. So I did well on these. Again, it's a brand that doesn't really sell well. I rarely pick them up. I think the only reason I did pick these up was because the condition was so well and it was so cheap in price. All right, so next we have a pair of Nike Air Max Motions. These were a pair of shoes that I bought at St. Vincent de Paul. I got them for $5. I sold them for $39. As you can tell by the picture, super, super nice condition. Actually, when I got them, I didn't realize how great condition that they were in until I got home and I actually scrubbed them down. These things, they almost look new. So that was a really good find. They are a bigger size, which sometimes you have to watch out. Any time that you find something, especially women's, 10 or above, that's kind of going to your more higher end sizes. 6 and below, you would also find issues with selling. Luckily, this one, they sold pretty quickly. I think they're only up for 3 days. Next, we have some Brooks Brothers boat shoes. Honestly, I didn't know that Brooks Brothers even sold shoes. I mean, we see their pants, we see their shirts. This was also a brand that years ago would sell really well. It is a quality brand, but they just don't sell for a lot anymore. So these, again, I think the only reason I picked these up was, one, I've never saw a pair of shoes from the brand. 2, they're in excellent condition. I wish they were my size. I really like them. These are the style of shoes that I enjoy wearing. But I picked these up. Actually, I picked these up for $7 at the Goodwill. And yeah, I sold them for $55. So that was a decent return. Okay, next up is another designer purse. It's the Coach Zoe Legacy. It's a shoulder bag, and this one goes back to the individual where I have the contract with, where I will receive half of all the proceeds on these. So I sold this for $50. After fees and all that stuff, my earnings is $40. So I made $20 off this purse, and I have no money into it, so not a terrible deal. All right, let's see. Sorry, guys. All right, next one is the Brooks Glycerin 10. Again, I like Brooks. Here's another example. I got these for $4 at the Goodwill. I sold them for $35. They're in good condition. The tread's good. Everything's pretty good about them. Older model, but they look neat. And sometimes with the Brooks, some people will buy, they'll buy a model, even if it has some wear. If it has a really cool colorway. You'll see that with like Adidas and Nike and a lot of your other major brands too. Coloration can definitely help you sell a pair of shoes, even if they are kind of not in the best condition. Next up here, we got a pair of Nike Epic React Fly Knit 2 shoes. I sold these for $45. I actually got them for $250 at the Goodwill. And these were another pair of shoes that whenever I picked them up, they were not in the best condition. They were just dirty. They were really dirty. I didn't know how well they'd clean up. I didn't even realize that these were actually a pretty popular shoe line by Nike. So I cleaned them up. I cleaned them up. Got them up on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay, and then they did sell within 3 days on Poshmark. And we have one more. Okay, guys, and last but not least are these Converse. I guess it's I have it labeled as Converse Pride 2019. I don't know if that's the actual name on there. I got these. I sold them for $85. I purchased them for $30 on Nordstrom Rack. Actually, I bought a whole bunch of these last year, and this was a pair that kind of fell through the cracks. As you'll see, like by me in the back here, behind this wall, there is a full wall of brand new shoes in the boxes. And unfortunately, sometimes things will just kind of get, misplaced, and you won't realize that they're there. I stumbled across these, realized that they were not listed, listed them. A week later, I sold them. So overall, that was a good investment. Anything that's has the whole unique coloration, especially with Converse, sell really well. It's like I said at the beginning of the video, I love Converse. They sell well, they clean up well. In this case, they were brand new pair, and they're a limited edition. So that was definitely a good find for me. So yeah, guys, so that's it for this video. I hope you did enjoy it. Again, thanks a lot for stopping by. I know you're busy. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. It helps the channel out. And it lets me know that I'm doing the right thing. You know, if you have any questions, you know, shoot it down below. I try to answer everybody in a quick manner. But yeah, I do appreciate you stopping by, and I'll see you again real soon.